over Kansas that were very pleasant today. However, we are looking for a new front to begin to drift south and eastward. The central and eastern
Sir, we're officially back at it. This is Book Nice coming at you with the Articulated Comic Book Art Podcast. This is episode 95, I believe. 94, 95. Yeah. Not sure. We'll figure it out shortly. I'm your host, Book Nice. I got my buddies with me, Colonel Crackers, Pan Cheesy, Rick Dom. We fresh off the heels. Actually, we are still in the middle of Toy Fair 2019.
Uh-oh.
How you guys doing?
In the thick.
Word up.
You already know.
We're literally in the middle of Toy Fair.
Right in the cut, huh?
19. Yes.
If you're not in the middle of it, you're online in the middle of it.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, a lot of shit's going on, man. It's a lot of this frenzy right now.
Man. Right after the podcast last week, we had just a flood of news that leaked out before the Toy Fair even started.
Very true.
So, but how you fellas doing?
Doing
Pretty
good,
man.
Been a
I actually picked some stuff up this week. I mean, I guess we'll talk about it at the end, but it's good. It's been a good week.
Yeah, let's start moving forward, man, because we got a lot of shit to talk about.
Too much, some might say.
And I'm all over the place too. Like my shit's a mess. So let's jump right into things. Everybody's doing good. Everybody's here. Daniel LeBlanc will be joining us shortly. He was in the convention center today. I didn't even go in today. I had so much shit that I did yesterday, and that spilled over into today. And I've pretty much spent the entire day since I woke up this morning recording and editing and getting videos together. So,
man, Boog's a busy man.
Man, I notice with these events every year, like I get on the I toggle or I wrestle with these feelings of not even going to some of these events sometimes because the fucking information leaks out, and then you got like 1,000 correspondents that weren't even at the event putting up videos about the event and shit and putting up news, and it's a lot, man. So because of that, I try to keep my content very unique and throw in some things in there and do some things that are a little different. So I hope that shows through the stuff that I'll be putting up this year. I didn't try to follow any norms, and I try to do some different things. So, all right, enough about me. What's going on?
Boom. So today's topic list is meaty, of course. It consists of Hasbro, NECA, McFarlane, Mattel, Mezco, Storm, Transformers, Pokemon, Tamashii Nations, Diamond Select, and various lines for all the stragglers. So there's definitely a lot to talk about today. Just go ahead and sit in, get comfortable, brew a cup of coffee, get yourself some spirits, whatever you want to drink, and just listen in, take it all in. Listen to our smooth, sultry voices while we talk to you about the wonderful world of toys and what's going on in 2019.
Woo!
Boom.
Good stuff.
So yeah, first up is Hasbro. Bug, you were in the thick of it. You were in the cut. What's going on with Hasbro? There's a lot of shit, right? Everybody was here.
Where's Hasbro? Where's Boog? No, he's got his mic muted.
Dang, who knows?
All right, I'm pulling up some visual aids right now. If you'll give me a sec.
Let's go.
But yeah, Hasbro had a lot of reveals from both companies, or from both big franchises that they have, which is Star Wars and Marvel, and unfortunately nothing from G.I. Joe, which I think some people were expecting.
Yeah, I think a lot of people were expecting that.
Yeah, I mean, and then, of course, their new stuff like Overwatch.
Not even just 6-inch either, just like something. Anything. Like,
Really, yeah. I guess while we wait for Bug, let's maybe...
I can talk about Overwatch a little bit.
Okay, I was going to say, let's just, while we're waiting for Boog also, let's see what the chat thinks where we should start. But, Danny, why don't you take us through Overwatch? Introduce yourself. Take us through some Overwatch.
Danny, most of you guys know me as the guy sometimes in Kendall's videos when we go around shopping and various conventions and stuff. So I, this year, helped him out as last year, taking a lot of photos from this convention. And, you can find me on Instagram at the LeBlanc Jedi. Most of you have probably seen some of my pictures he retweeted earlier. But
contrary to his name, he hates Star Wars.
Yeah, hate it. So Overwatch that was teased around New York Toy Fair last year. We got a Mercy preview, and it said that she'd be paired later with another figure. That figure would be Pharah. It was a great combo during the meta in early game last year, and they decided that most of the Overwatch figures are going to come out in 2-packs. They're going to retail for around $50, which isn't too bad. They're Marvel Legends size, 6-inch scale, about the same quality as far as paint and apps are concerned. There is also a Tracer single carded figure that's $24.99. A Reinhardt 6-inch scale figure. I believe it's around 10 inches tall in total, or maybe a little bit bigger than a Hulk figure. That's retailing at, I believe, $59.99. I think that I've seen the pre-order at GameStop this afternoon. There is a Soldier 76 that's going to be paired up with Anna, and a Sombra that I believe that's also a single carded figure.
Hell yeah.
I'd say compared to the Figma ones, they're going to be a little bit bigger. So if you're trying to mix and match, I think that the Reinhardt is definitely going to be one of those figures you can add in with your Figma stuff. Otherwise, it's kind of, I guess we'll see where your mileage may vary. I don't know. I'll let you guys know because I have everything on pre-order already.
Did they talk anything about pricing for those?
I didn't actually get to go to that event because it was one per outlet. So I'm going based off of everything on the Hasbro Pulse app and all their links that were sent to GameStop.
Oh, so did the GameStop app have pricing up or no?
Yeah, so the 2-packs I believe are $49.99 if memory serves me correct. The Reinhardt's $49.99 and the single carded figures are $24.99. But that's GameStop pricing. So if they do go on the Pulse app, I'm guessing probably either the standard $22.99 or $19.99 depending.
Nice. So I guess Danny and I are really the only ones who really fuck with Overwatch. Fabio, did you play Overwatch a lot or no? I can't remember.
No, I never really got into Overwatch. I guess I was kind of past the phase of team shooters. I had my fill of Fortress 2 growing up.
There you go. Yeah, Danny, I know you're still pretty heavy into it, huh?
Yeah, I've this past season, 2 seasons, I've started to get into comp play, but I don't. It's not done. It's definitely not done.
Yeah, the whole meme of it being a dead game, I don't think so.
It's such garbage. Such garbage. Maybe on Xbox, but I don't know. I don't play Xbox. Maybe they'll peep some other people.
What do you play, PS4?
Yeah, I wish I played console, but...
Jesus Christ.
So anyways, what's really cool about some of these figures is, like you see here, Anna, which you're sharing on the screenshot, that's one of her alternate skins from the game. That's not her traditional skin. So outside of what Figma is doing, is Figma is only giving you their default skins. It's nice to see like this figure, as well as there's a Reyes figure, which is Reaper. That's another alternate skin from the game. So it's kind of cool that they're doing some of that stuff.
Yeah, for sure. It's cool that they're mixing and matching. Like in a perfect world, like Hasbro would just be doing alt
Default
skins.
player one.
Yeah, just alt skins and stuff like that, and then you would go to Figma for your like default skins. But like, you know, obviously that doesn't make that doesn't make sense for a business. Like if you're like putting out Overwatch figures, you want, you know, to put out the default skin because that's what everybody recognizes for sure.
I think another good thing about these is the price point. You know, it looks like a lot of these guys, they're coming with their signature poses. You could get them in their signature poses, and the muzzle effects, like you just showed the Helix rockets here on Soldier 76.
Yeah.
And then Anna's in one of her hero poses from, you know, when you get the victory screen. So I think I don't want to say it's too little too late, but they definitely hit the ground running with this stuff. And what's cool about these is most of these are going to hit between now and summer.
Yeah, they're coming out pretty soon, so I'm pretty stoked
So
on
this
that.
isn't something that they showed now, and you're going to see it in, you know, 6 to 18 months.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say, too. We should make clear about Toy Fair is that usually it's retail offerings for the first, 2 fiscal quarters of the year. So a lot of this stuff is going to be available probably within the first, 6 to 8 months of the year. A lot of the stuff that we talk about overall, I mean.
I know I can say for something I know that's not traditionally covered on this podcast anyway, but all of the branded Funko stuff that was showed today is only for Q1 and Q2 of 2019.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I think
that lines up perfectly with what
NECA
Fabio said.
Yeah. And I think NECA operates that same way, too. Most companies, I believe, do, and that's pretty much what they show at Toy Fair. And it's only retail offerings, so not a lot of exclusives either.
Very true.
Depends on the company, though, of course. But yeah, Overwatch it looks like they're going pretty deep for basically their first launch into the line. So that's really good to see because right off the bat you can have a pretty good Overwatch
Pretty decent
collection.
squad.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just in one purchase, in one impulse bulk purchase, you can just have a pretty good roster.
for sure. Yeah, you could have everybody.
Yeah,
the Tracer. I'd say most of the sculpts. I'm guessing that they got the scans from Blizzard, and for the most part, a lot of these look really spot on. The paint apps look really good. I guess they'll have to say once they finally hit retail.
Yeah, this Reinhardt is the one I'm most interested in.
I cannot wait for that.
It looks so good.
Incoming Marvel Legends Army builders.
Oh, man.
People do. I don't know what this is. Let me buy 100 of it.
I don't know if people buying 100 of it at 50. Hold on, go back to that picture.
They're doing like speaking of army building, like
that's awesome.
We'll talk about it more in depth when we get to McFarlane, but they're going like super deep into their Fortnite stuff, and they're doing like the training bots too. And I know a lot of people are going to want to army build those. Just because they're just like generic robots. But Boog, you back?
Yeah.
All right, tight. We were just talking Overwatch real quick. Do you wanna spearhead all the legend stuff?
I mean, I don't have sharing shit. If you're gonna share it, then
I have some stuff right now. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go over it. But yeah, the just a heads up. Yesterday was the Hasbro brand event. Obviously, this Overwatch stuff is through Hasbro. So, if I remember correctly, I think Overwatch was the first thing that they present. Basically, how they do it is that they bring all of the press people and influencers and whatever into like a big auditorium, and they do like a PowerPoint presentation type thing. And they, the brand managers for each particular brand will come out and do a presentation and just break down everything that's coming out in the year and this and that, and they'll show you shit that. Usually they try to show you stuff that hasn't been leaked out. And when it came to Legends, they definitely had a couple surprises or whatever that didn't get leaked ahead of time. But the Overwatch stuff looked pretty good. I guess y'all all talked about that for a second. It looked pretty good. And obviously, as a person who doesn't play the game, all I kept seeing is what could I kit bash from this figure and what have you. So yeah. That was that. I forgot to mention too that they did like Dwight Stahl and one of the other guys did like this literal song and dance number to open up the presentation, and it was like a Broadway play-esque melody singing thing. It was actually pretty funny, but we couldn't record anything, so I couldn't get it. But
I gave you a little pageantry this year, huh?
yeah, basically. So
really
yeah,
wanted.
Oh, welcome to Hasbro.
yeah, it was like literally.
Hello,
It was,
bright lights in New York Toy Fair.
yeah, it was literally that type of thing. Like, you know, it was comical and whatever. It was actually, it must have took them a little minute to put together that whole routine. So kudos to them for that. And yeah, so moving on to Legends stuff. What you got?
I'm moving into, these are some pictures from, so Toy Arc, of course, is the fucking man, and they have everything nicely itemized, everything with pictures released according to, you know, what wave it's in. So if we can run through that list and we can look through pictures. I'm going to start with pictures. We can get some initial thoughts here. We can go back and sort what goes where. So we got the, this is part of the 80th anniversary Legends line, which is kind of like an extension sister line to the 10th anniversary MCU line. So there's going to be a mix of like comic stuff and MCU stuff that they're either kind of retouching or going back and redoing, and some new stuff. So new stuff, we got this Steve Rogers from
This looks like
Captain
mid-serum
America:
Steve Rogers. He's
Yeah.
so thin.
he does look a little thin. I don't know. But, you know, he is wearing this kind of baggy suit as well. So it could work. I mean, if anything else, the sculpt on that jacket, that everything looks great right there.
Yeah, a lot of this stuff didn't didn't look that great in the pictures at first, but in person, a lot of this stuff looked really good. And this is one of the things that looked really, really nice in person.
And that's in a 2-pack with this Peggy Carter.
Mm-hmm.
Shout
This is
out
good
Big
stuff.
Leg.
Represents.
Shut up, peg leg.
Yeah, really. There's Peg.
Hell yeah. Looks good.
Shut up, Peg. And then here's the comic stuff. This is, if you remember in the podcast a couple weeks ago, we talked about, I think we had Todd on as well, talking about an article that Fwoosh had put out, doing a few predictions, reveals that seemingly had leaked, but they didn't reveal any sources. It was dubious at best. And it turns out a lot of that stuff turned out to be pretty true. And it's this stuff that we're going through right now. So among that was the Alex Ross trio, Big Three, which so there's this Captain America with the scales finally, which people are happy about. Right? Everyone's happy about that, right?
Yeah, it looked really good. That looked
With
really good
a
too.
well-sized head.
Yep. And 2 of them, in fact.
Whoa.
That's right.
Shit. Why not two?
I did see people saying that, you know, maybe he's a little dark blue, and if he were a more light, kind of like from the retro wave.
People, you mean
color.
racist?
What's that?
I said people, you mean racist?
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. You know, some people out there are colorblind like myself, and we just don't
my
even take stuff like that into account.
Jesus.
It just glosses over.
Oh.
So I think this cap looks great because of that. If you don't share that point of view, I think you're incorrect.
Oh my god. Well, that's just fighting ignorance with more ignorance.
Oh,
Oh my god.
let's not get into the mind of who's wrong here and what.
Directly quoting Mr. Brown. Your first test, by the way.
So we got a 2-pack here. So we finally got our classic Colossus, X-Men, of course, and he's in a 2-pack with a new Juggernaut, or a slightly retooled Juggernaut from that BAF.
Throw your baths away.
Yeah,
Pretty
it looks like they're gonna give us some interchangeable hands with this Juggernaut, because they had him on display with an open hand. It was my understanding that, like, I think the arms might have been something in upper torso was different, aside from the head, the battle damage head, and that head there. But it looks like they're taking a lot of notes from customizers and kit bashers and shit like that. In fact, they actually said that. They actually did say that they always look to shit that's hot and what's going on out there. But these both looked really good in person too.
You might say they've got their finger on the Hasbro pulse.
Oh, Jesus
No doubt.
Christ.
No doubt.
So the big differences with this Juggernaut, real quick, is the helmet is a smooth texture now. It doesn't have kind of the gravelly texture like the original. The eyes are like blacked out and silver for the pupils. No belt, and I think the color's overall a little brighter. And then, of course, the battle damage head with like the destroyed helmet.
Okay, you're
The one
getting in
thing
my head,
I
Charles.
don't like about this is the smooth helmet, which I think people do like. My only problem with it is that it doesn't match the texture of the bands anymore. So
Interesting.
if they'd gone and did smooth bands to go along with this, perfect Juggernaut.
Well, hopefully it'll be you'll be able to swap heads between this one and the original one, and you know, do a couple of different things.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah.
Moving on, we got Ghost from Marvel, from Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Hey man, you can't talk about Ghost without talking about the person in her 2-pack.
That's right.
Oh
In
shit!
the 2-pack with Luis
Damn.
Oh, look at
from ex-con security.
Looking
damn.
smooth.
I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed these product shots don't show the little building.
Yeah, really.
That had Rick. You were losing your mind because of
Dude.
the building.
It's a rolly backpack building.
Yep.
That's true.
Yeah, it was
Man,
definitely
if only we had him here in this podcast to fucking recap all these reveals, because it's just so much.
My boy's looking smooth as eggs right now. God
Right.
damn.
And we got a grand, speaking of smooth, the
Speaking of
Grand
smooth.
Master.
Speaking of eggs,
Why was Todd all excited about this shit? He passes up on all types of
he
classic
really did.
X-Men and Avengers and shit like that, and then he's like, "Oh, this
Cosmic.
is
That's
hot."
It's
Maybe
cosmic.
he loves Jeff
Okay.
Goldblum.
Is it because it's cosmic? Is that why he's like
Pretty
all
much, yeah,
up
I
his
would
ass
imagine.
about this?
But it's not even like comic accurate cosmic
Yeah.
shit.
Somebody was fucking making a joke and was like, Todd loves this because he finally has sandal representation.
Oh my god,
That
yeah.
makes sense. That makes
I don't
perfect sense.
The
I
man
don't want
was
to take the credit for it. It was somebody, and I couldn't stop laughing because
so good.
Must have been
So
Solid. Solid's always cracking on his sandals. and his sandals.
Master Hoarder says the Juggernaut seems to be shorter than Colossus. Incorrect, sir.
Uh-oh.
damn.
Live corrections in the mix.
You know what? I don't know. I gotta check the.
I mean, it's probably the
video
same
clip.
size as the Colossus that's out now. So yeah.
Yeah, it's the
Let's
same
take a
figure.
It look, I mean, on the package they look. I didn't get that impression at all. But then again, they didn't have him in package is the thing. They kind of had him floating in a box. There was no bubble.
Well, they had them out on display.
Oh, okay.
Because after you sit down for the PowerPoint presentation, you get to go down to the showroom and see the stuff in person and take pictures and video and all of that good shit. So, so they did have an unpackaged Colossus and Juggernaut right next to each other, but I don't know. I got to go back and check the video, I guess, and look at the pictures. I can't remember.
Put the other ones up together. You already have them.
Which ones? What?
The other Juggernaut and the other Colossus.
Oh, put them next to each other. I got you.
Yeah.
All right, I'll do it in a second.
Okay, so Todd says in the chat also that he doesn't know if we'll ever get a comic Grandmaster. So
Okay.
it's a fair point, but
Beggars can't be choosers, I guess.
that's right. Look at these nails, though, man. He's styling.
Styling and profiling.
Awesome.
Really
for
good.
Sure.
Look
This
at
is like
that.
the only Jeff
That's
Goldblum representation we have so far. That Mattel Jeff Goldblum just
Yeah.
fucking dusted. Who knows where that thing is?
Yeah, we've seen no picture like that. Is that canceled? We've seen no pictures of that line again.
Yeah.
horrible. So nice.
Life does find a way. So
Yeah, tomorrow or on Monday or on Tuesday, if you go, you should ask the people at Mattel what's going on because those figures were kind of sick. And the fact
Well,
that
we actually did go up to Mattel. Danny, what did that? We didn't see any of the 6-inch stuff, right?
No, we did. But so the stuff that we saw was some of the stuff that's already been leaked online. It
Well,
was
let's just to keep us organized, because we got a lot to go through. Can we talk about it when we get to Mattel?
All right.
yeah, we'll do it.
We'll get there. So,
Real quick, though,
We'll
we're on
play
a
the
roll here.
game.
I don't want us to get sidetracked because we got a lot to go through.
what kind of mixed drinks did they have in Mattel, Bug?
God damn, really?
They didn't. Well, the actual Mattel thing is tomorrow morning, isn't it? No. I'm sorry, not Mattel. What's tomorrow morning?
Monday?
Mattel breakfast is tomorrow for
Oh, the Mattel breakfast is tomorrow morning. Okay, it is. All right.
Shout out to breakfast.
Let us know if they have mimosas on deck. Anyway, Korg.
Korg in a 2-pack with Grandmaster.
Oh, so he's coming with Grandmaster, huh?
Yeah.
Hey,
Pretty
he's cool.
And again, this is all part of the 80th anniversary line, so it's like an extension of that MCU line, but
Interesting.
with some comic stuff as well.
But
Interesting.
you know what I'm seeing? You know what I'm seeing here though? That other like Rocky X-Men character that they may be able to do on that Korg body.
Mm.
Who that?
Who that?
I think his name is like Rock Slide or some shit.
Oh shit!
Damn.
I was just thinking comic cord, but all right.
Yeah,
I like
that's
it.
what I was thinking too. People are gonna have like 2 Goldblums on deck trying to get 2 Korgs just to
Really?
paint one.
Hey, I'm cool.
It saddens me that they didn't show off like his little bug buddy in the
Yeah,
movie.
he should have been in, like an accessory at least, you know.
Meek,
Yeah.
wasn't it Meek or something like that?
Meek, yeah, you're right.
Honestly, I would have preferred that over a weapon. Like, fuck a weapon. I don't want him to have a weapon. He's a big motherfucker.
Yeah.
All I want is Meek.
They should have just done Goldblum like
did,
single
mate.
carded, and him and Meek could have been the double pack. Like
Yeah.
that just makes sense to me as a Meek fan. So
Well, we got Hella here. New version of Hella.
hair's hella good.
Slightly more accurate, I think.
Yeah, they said they updated the head scan and gave a much more accurate head sculpt on
Right.
this one, and the effect with her stopping and holding the Thor's hammer. And,
Is she gonna come with a masked head as well?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
And it's more accurate, yeah, like Boog was saying. That,
Oh, even more accurate than the last one. I
Yeah,
thought the
it
last one was
actually
great.
shows her eyes when she has the kind of
That
headdress
was a great
thing on.
figure.
It's
Okay.
even more accurate.
And it's got a scowling expression, so it's kind of cool.
That's pretty tight.
And she's in a 2-pack with Scourge, the Executioner.
Hell yeah.
A
Makes
little more
sense.
Carl Urban
Yeah,
representation in
fortuitous.
our lives is needed.
Can you
Yeah.
imagine never seeing this movie and then seeing this guy with a fucking machine gun?
You know what? That machine gun looks kind of small too.
It
Actually.
does.
Surprised they're even giving it to him because it's like a real gun.
Well, they made a point of they made a point of it to say that he's coming with his axe and his machine guns.
That was a big laugh in the movie.
This looked really good in person as well. Like, it
Does it?
looked really, really good. But I don't really care about this character like that.
Yeah.
I haven't really gotten any of the 10th anniversary stuff like that, the movie shit. You know, I always say I don't do too much with the Marvel Legends movie figures unless it's something I can kit bash from them. But like I said, I will say he looked really good in person.
Yeah, if you're an MCU completist, like at this point, you could either be a comic completist or an MCU completist and have pretty complete collections.
Yeah, I got into Marvel Legends because of the MCU stuff, so good for me.
And speaking of redos, we got this Iron Man, slightly shinier, comes with accessories. I don't know.
What he should have came with
Oh.
to begin with.
It'll be what, the third or fourth time we've gotten this Iron Man?
Yo, shout out that shiny paint.
His legs look a little stumpy.
They look kind of short. They should have given him the leg things. You know how he? Well, this is from the New York scene. This isn't from.
That's true.
Hype.
You know, at first I was kind of heated that they were redoing this and then Iron Spider, and then somebody pointed out like, well, it makes sense that they would do this now because if they released it when they did, it would have counted as spoilers. So I was like,
This is true.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I
Or
mean,
they honestly couldn't have even released it because they didn't have all the material. Like they kind of were working off of pre-release material,
Oh, shit, yeah, you're right.
that kind of thing. So by the
Yeah.
time they get the material and the movie actually makes it to theater, stuff could have changed.
yeah,
But
no,
that-
I mean that makes more sense, and that does happen with Hot Toys before. Hot Toys has had to address really angry fans because the prices are so high. That like when a certain accessory that's really important to the movie is missing, they tell you like, man, Marvel didn't tell us that this shit existed. Like they never told us that was the high point of the movie, or we would have done it. Kind of,
Even
and
we
that's,
didn't know.
that has to be the case here because no offense, anybody who gets a spoiler from these is fucking lying.
Right.
Like, what are those? Like, when you look at those, you're like, what the fuck is this? A croissant? A space croissant?
Well, I will go back for a second. I will say that I got to give them props for trying a lot of different new. Who was that with all that feedback? Trying a lot of different new things as far as props and accessories go. Man, they definitely venturing out and getting their sea legs with all of these props and accessories. And I feel like they have to. They're being forced to with what a lot of other companies are doing. And with the high demand of collectors and display art and what have you. And again, they have been very receptive to the display community and what they're doing. And it shows in the work and just even the shit that they were saying yesterday as well. I was speaking to Ryan for a second. And shout out to Ryan. He told me that he's always watching my shit and looking to my channel for for shit that they should do or might want to do. So that was that made me feel warm inside. But yeah, but yeah, they're definitely looking, man. They're everywhere. They're on the boards and the groups and on Instagram. And again, they showed a few pictures of other people's A.C.B.A. on the big screen in the event hall. They show one of Elvis's pictures. Actually, he was texting me at the moment that it popped up. I was like, "Oh shit!" They just showed one of your pictures on the screen.
Nice.
So yeah, that was cool. But yeah, moving on. Iron Spider,
yeah,
new legs.
Redoing him, or Iron Spider, I should say. He's got the gauntlets now. He's got the Iron Spider legs. So yeah,
He's
you
got
gotta
it
buy
all.
another one. Sorry, people.
He's got it all.
You got it all, man.
Wow.
Yeah, they're really making a good point of reusing a lot of these bucks too.
Mhm.
Man,
Nice.
that paint on that is unreal.
Yeah. There was 2 versions of it because the prototype they had out looked shiny like this, but the one they had in like the mock box was very matted. So we don't know.
I don't know, but the one that was, I think they were the same. But the one that, well, it doesn't matter. It looked really good in person, man. This is probably gonna be, might go down as their second best Iron Man that they ever put out. I'm still gonna lean toward the one that they put out in the what wave was that? Which Build-A-Figure wave was that? That came out right at the beginning of the year.
Oh, the new one, right? The Marvel Now one.
Yes.
All
So
That one was really good.
yeah, all different, right? I've been on the record saying that that's the best Iron Man that Marvel Legends has ever put out.
Very true.
But this is gonna rival that. I think. I think they pretty much nailed it as far as the size and everything goes here with this sort of more slimmer kind of form fitting but old school armor here. And it looks like they were looking to really compete with that Mezco Iron Man, but in the $20 price range. And they did a damn good job, man. This looks really good in person. And it looks really good alongside Cap and Thor as well. You get a nice classic big 3. I heard you guys talking about Cap and the color of his costume and shit too. But yeah, I wish it was a more classic lighter blue. But come on, it's Cap. They're not going to waste those scales and that buck and all of that and not change up the colorway at some point. So he'll be in a vintage line or something again, and they'll switch it up. But again, the 3 of them looked phenomenal together.
And this Iron Man does come with an alternate head that's more like, the slightly less stylized head.
Oh yeah, there was also an unmasked Tony Stark head in the package as well.
Like a real Howard Hughes looking Tony Stark.
Wow, the cool exec with a heart of gold.
It was it looked really good, but one of the guys that was there was like being a dick. I don't know. He was like,
Call him out.
I don't know who he was, but I
Spill the tea.
it was like, I don't know, maybe it was the first time I saw him, but I was like positioned in the box a little different to get pictures because the lighting in there was so crazy. They had all of this red shit behind one group in the figures. And the lighting in there was a little crazy, and I was trying to position the box a little different to get pictures, and he was just like, "Oh no, don't touch!" Like,
hands off the merch.
Yeah, man. Dude.
Well, what the fuck do you think you're doing? You're not supposed to play with this shit.
Basically,
these are toys, asshole. Nobody plays with them. Come on.
So I think I might have one decent shot on the camera of the Tony Stark head, but from what I saw, it looked very good, and it was not one that we had before as far as the way it looked. It was something new.
Right.
But it looked real good.
Just addressing some. Sorry, you said something, Pancho?
Said all new, all different. Just being
All new, all
just being a little stinker.
So that's not the same figure that we got like 10 years ago,
No.
right? Because that almost looks the same.
It's
What?
the same,
What's the same?
source material, like a classic Iron Man, but it's not. It's a completely different body. It has the new style, hip joints, not those weird like Y joints that we used to have.
Danny, how dare you?
Yeah.
Yeah, look, I'm sorry, it looks the same.
I'm offended. Don't make me start talking badly about Overwatch here.
Yeah.
That game will be dead in a second.
I mean, I guess if you don't know anything about Marvel Legends, it look the same.
That's true. Very true.
No, just gonna address some comments real quick before we move on to the next one. They said that according to the Foosh, the metallic paint on Iron Man will be the finished product. That's from D-Bear.
I was about to ask, like, is that what it's
people
going to
were
look
definitely
like?
saying that there was 2 different colors on display of Iron Man. The metallic one will be the final.
Oh wow.
And the Redskin fan asks if the chest lights up, and that's a big no.
Are you a fan of the Redskins?
Yeah, he's
You happen to be a fan of the Redskins?
Hell yeah.
rectangular echoes the statement. Same style, totally different body. Moving on, we got Thor. Here we go.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it.
For the love of God.
So
we knew it
this,
was coming when we saw that Beta Ray Bill, because I think these are the same arms.
Yeah, they look to be the same.
yeah, the rest of it though, I don't really recognize, and I'm glad that his upper body looks proportionate to his lower body. You know, they give him the thick thighs and bigger. It's a much larger scale of figure. They did a real good job with this hammer and stuff too. The detail, it really looks like stone, and it's got the whole inscription on there, which is cool. But this guy looked really good in person. That cape probably going to be a pain in the ass. If you can get that off and get something with wire and soft goods on this guy, it's going to be money. It's going to be real nice.
So we need a big debate answered about this figure. Everybody was losing their minds on it online. And I said, only Kendall can answer this. Is this guy really that big? Because everybody was saying that he's almost as tall as the Hulk.
He's big. He was.
He's big.
I don't know that I would say he's as tall as that Hulk was. Well, the Hulk was real like wide though too.
Yeah, I think the base body of that Hulk is just Juggernaut.
But I think that damn, this is I think that Hulk was still a little bit taller, but they definitely did the right thing as far as the sizing for Thor, though. It's a big Thor, as it should be.
Nice.
The Asgardians in general should always be larger than any of the human figures, really. So yeah, man. Aside from this cape, I'm with it, and I can see people fucking with the cape and maybe just putting a little more detail on them. The face looks really soft. The hair is like just straight blonde, and obviously you could fuck around with this guy and just put a little more detail on it, but as is, it's a good Thor, and probably gonna end up being the best one that we have so far.
So this is definitely not Marvel Select size. That's what people are asking.
No, I wouldn't say it's as big as a Marvel Select Thor. No.
The butterfly joints people are pointing out, but that's okay. Still big, brand new figure.
Well, his arms are out, so it's nothing like hindering him or anything. So I mean,
and Todd says same arms as Hercules. Clarification there, and he's the same size as Hercules.
Is he? Okay. Well, that Hercules is tall. So again, the God figures, they should be large. They should be larger than the human figures for sure.
Boom.
Agreed.
Thick thighs tell no lies.
That's right.
We getting real close to a nice classic Avengers, man. So
pretty much. We're there. This is it.
We are so
big
there
four right here. If you count this Hulk, you got to get a Wolverine with it. But who doesn't want a Wolverine? Come on.
Right.
Yeah, and we're getting 2 sets of hands. I don't think we've gotten that from any other Hulk figure that they've done before. So
here's part of the 80th anniversary. It's part of this
and
comic style. Part of it is first appearance Wolverine versus Hulk.
And people were asking if this Wolverine was a different buck. Somebody had asked that question on Instagram, and I was like, and this was before we actually got to see it in person. And I was like, I highly doubt they would change, one of the best bucks that they ever made for Wolverine, in the middle of this run. They're gonna milk that shit for everything it's worth. And so yeah, this looks to be the same buck, just with the cat head.
Next time you're at the booth, find out somebody was trying to leak out. Somebody was claiming that the claws are completely different, that the hands are different. I don't know if that's true or not. But
I didn't look that close to the hands. But if you look at this right here, it looks like it's like it had pins on the shoulders or something.
Maybe I don't know. Maybe they've given up on the whole
removable
out of the claws. Maybe now it's just interchangeable hands. One has claws, one doesn't.
And it makes sense because they keep giving us hands that don't have claws, and it's like, well, if you're gonna make them removable, then why?
Exactly. So you don't have the holes. So this solves the problem of I mean, I guess if you wanted to be like, I don't know, flipping somebody off, you would still have to show the fact that there's holes, you know. You can make it work, you know, I guess, but I think they've just kind of given up on those. Because I don't know about you guys, it was a cool idea, but I don't think I've ever gotten mine to work quite proper. Never quite looks right. The molding is always slightly off, you know. I don't know.
But yeah, these
I love the colors on this. I wanted to say, I love it. Just fucking pops, man. That blue against that yellow looks really good.
Oh yeah, with a head swap,
Yeah,
it's gonna look really good. Because I mean, when I look at that face, all I think of is a meow. Like he just looks like he's gonna meow at me.
It looks like a luchador mask. Honestly, I love you know the
Wolverine.
You know.
Yeah.
But if you could put one of the other Wolverine heads on here, that would be amazing because these blues are impeccable.
Yeah, this guy's gonna hit us with a 5-star frog splash, no question.
This isn't Wolverine. This is Gepardo.
Swanton bomb.
Yeah, give us a little Hurricane Rana, a little Swanton bomb.
And then we got another Infinity War 2-pack coming. Loki, right before he gets choked out, and then Corvus Slade.
So we knew that we were going to get these figures. We just weren't sure how they would come, and that was some bit of information that they revealed at the panel or at the show yesterday. And what was I going to say? So yeah, 2-pack for those two, and they both looked really good. Loki's head sculpt looked really good in person.
How many Tesseracts are they going to give us?
I know, right?
how many of these things do I need?
They're gonna get their money's worth out of that thing.
Yeah, that square
they can't cast
mold.
it in any other color. What are they gonna do? Give us a cube from Hellraiser?
Yeah, Jesus.
The puzzle box. So if you wanted to, if your guess was that the Serpent Society is the first team that Hasbro is going to complete in 2019, this is a pretty good guess in that direction.
What's this guy's name again?
Rock Python.
Rock Python.
Blue Snake.
That's exactly what I was thinking, Fabio. Yeah. Damn you. Rock Python.
My client, Rock Python.
Oh my God.
So,
man.
Incredible.
They've been on a slow burn with this team for some years now.
Man, it's impressive. They never gave up. It's nuts.
And they're not gonna. None of these figures are gonna mean shit to you until you have all of them, really. Yep. At the end of the day, and then that's the point where people will be going and backtracking and trying to pick them up because they're all like super low priced figures at this particular point, except maybe Constrictor or something, which they might end up actually doing over because that was like before, that was the return of Marvel Legends time. So, since then they've updated Bucks and did this and that. So,
hey man, you got the Constrictor. You started that trend, or didn't you, of the Creech tentacles coming out of
the yeah. So yeah, the old McFarlane Creech figure, those tentacles will all have bendy wire in them and shit. We're gonna talk about bendy wire a bit more shortly, but yeah. So
your tune is the #1 bendy wire podcast. Right now, so basically, we're gonna crack the lid wide open.
Basically,
I don't understand why they couldn't get this guy fists.
Shit, you're right.
That
bugs the hell out of me. Thanks, Fabio.
And you know what? And you know what's really fucked up about that too is. There's no other figures with that colored glove right now. So no way. They could do. Oh, that sucks. But yeah, all right. So I guess in 2025 we'll complete Serpent Society.
That's right.
Maybe we'll get some fists too. Who knows?
Right.
Shuri, we knew she was coming, but this is the first we're seeing it.
He doesn't even have hands.
Right. Now, Shuri was a little, I don't know, underwhelming to me. I don't know. It looked. I don't know. When I saw her, I saw the other off-brand but on-brand Hasbro or other shit that have come out. Like that's what I see here. It doesn't look like
of articulation.
Yeah, it doesn't look like Marvel Legends.
You know what it is?
Definitely sharper, but I mean the body was pretty spot on with the other one. I mean it's all kind of from the same digital sculpt.
It's those damn arms, man. I mean, look at them.
Yeah, those arms look terrible. That's what's throwing it off for sure.
Like those arms literally look like Pocky.
Put some Farm Boy Luke's on this bad boy, and we might have a stew
going. Farm Boy Luke getting it again.
I might just throw a soft goods jacket on her.
Oh shit! When in doubt, soft goods.
Right.
The face, I don't know. Did the face look okay in person?
Some kind of expression, something. She's got nothing.
How'd that face look in person, Bug? Was it okay?
Yeah, that's what it was. I don't know, man. I don't know. It was like I said, it was underwhelming. It didn't really, and I kept looking at her. I kept looking at her and getting close and trying to get close pictures and shit. I got to go back and look at my pictures. I got to look at my pictures that I took on the camera and not just on the phone. So when I start to edit that video, then I'll really have a better idea. But she was underwhelming though, and that was that. There was shit that immediately stood out to me on those shelves, and she was at the bottom of the fucking list.
It looks like they don't even bother doing the digital face printing on
Looks
her.
like the custom I made about a year and a half ago.
Yeah. It just looks like it's just some shit they had like in a file or something. Like, yeah.
What outfit was this? When was she wearing this shit? Was this toward the end of Infinity War?
Yeah, that's where she fights Killmonger at the top of those stairs.
Gotcha. Okay. Her face was painted at that time? No, it wasn't, right?
Because they were there for like a ceremony or something,
I don't remember.
And then T'Challa came back. It was right before he puts on the suit for the first time.
All right. Okay.
Killmonger, I mean.
But it's still a must own, just so you have the BP family and whatever. So it is.
I won't be
happy. An integral part of Endgame,
right? Right, and she'll
get her before the hype does.
Endgame. They talked about that a little bit. They didn't really talk about it, except they said that they can't say shit. Literally, that's what they said, basically.
We're only talking about the first 15 minutes of the movie.
Not even. They was,
here.
But this looked pretty impressive in person as far as like the look of it. But the face sculpt stood out to me as not really saying Emma Frost, though. Like,
this is Emma Frost. I was about to ask, who's this?
Yeah, it's supposed to be Emma Frost, but
Marvel Now.
Her face expression looks like she's thinking in her mind, I'm thinking Arby's.
Yeah.
Like she's got the eyebrow up. She's like obviously thinking about a Reuben sandwich.
Word to my fucking mom. I literally just texted Peppy and asked her if she wanted to pick up Arby's on the way.
Whoa! What'd you get, a French dip? What do you?
All right, I'm calling Postmates and doing the same.
Man, you getting a Reuben French dip? What's going on here?
Oh man, that was like some serious ESP right there.
Oh man, I reached into
we love using Postmates.
I reached into Kendall's cerebellum and I pulled out Arby's.
Well, Arby's, if you're listening,
yeah,
I'm on the show. Sponsor.
We're hungry.
Now accepting sponsors. Taco Bell said no, so it's your turn. Your time to.
I mean, if you could coordinate it so around the globe, around the country, while we're on this podcast, at a certain point, we have a commercial break because we've had an Arby's delivery. We'll eat it on the podcast live on air. We'll review everything.
That would be genius.
Right? I don't turn on my camera for anyone but Arby's. So let us know what's going on, Arby's.
So
Emma Frost goes with that magic, though. They're in kind of the same era outfits,
right? And with Cyclops with the Dominatrix outfit, I think.
Yeah.
She looks a little leather lass right here. It's pretty crazy.
So yeah, building that team, although like aesthetically, I don't really like it, but aren't we supposed to be getting Magneto in a white costume too?
Yeah.
Or am I thinking about a custom that I saw? I'm probably thinking about some custom shit. All right, but yeah, this is like a weird era of X-Men costumes that they just got out of, basically.
This when Cyclops was like a terrorist leader.
Pretty much.
So, depending who you ask, the X-Men are terrorists. So,
Cyclops was right.
True. But I'm looking at black gloved hands, and those cuffs look like they might be able to come off and shit. So, I don't know. This could be interesting. It looks like those legs will pop off at the pelvis as well too. I'm talking about Emma. It looks like those legs will pop off at the pelvis too. Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe people might get a little crazy with that torso and like a sexy outfit swap on just like legs or something like that without the high boots and shit. I don't know. But yeah, I'm just. All right. What's this guy's name again?
Both of these are Walgreens exclusives.
Yes, that's right.
Fuck that Dr. Doom, man.
Yeah. This is Iron Man though, right?
Yeah, this is infamous Iron Man.
Why is he infamous?
Because he was bad.
Okay.
You know.
Oh, that'll do it.
This,
Big old-
this,
Isn't this
Listen.
just Doom in his suit?
Yeah, it's Victor Von Doom in an Iron Man armor.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah,
got
fuck
you.
this, man.
Okay, so it's the son of Doom, right?
No, it is Doom. It's Victor Von Doom.
Oh, it is Doom. It's regular
Yeah.
Doom. Okay, I thought it was. Didn't he have like some son or some shit?
Todd, clarify for us.
Oh, he doesn't
We're
know. He
using a
doesn't know
lifeline.
modern. Where's Chris Lyons? Chris Lyons, are you down there? Hit us up. Let us know.
Come on, man. Yeah.
Michael Wisman.
Comics
the guy who
explained
has
us.
Page number.
Well, it looks like hopefully this cloak is removable, so maybe you could repurpose that and use it for some other shit.
The
This
comics
would probably make a
are
better
fun.
cape for the Epic Heroes Doctor Doom than the one that's currently on it.
Word. Mine.
It's just Victor, they said.
Okay.
Yeah, it's Victor.
All right.
All right, so we got this is the Magneto that we're actually getting. It's a
Right.
3-pack. This is a fantastic 3-pack.
Yes,
Dude.
it is. And I looked at well, let's talk about Magneto first. He looked good.
Looks like he's wearing Crocs.
That head sculpt is incredible.
Yeah, both of them are great. I mean, I think we've seen this one before, right? This is the one we got with the other one.
Yeah, but that angry
I don't know about
Maybe just
that.
the helmet is different, but I don't know.
that angry face with the whited out eyes, man. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sick.
And this head, this is like this looks like what's that guy, Mike De La Paz?
Yeah. That
And it's
looks
not.
like it.
It looks like it is, but I know that it's a Mayshelf sculpt. But the way
Is
that
it?
the hair kind of reminds me of that too.
Oh, you know what? It definitely is a Mayshelf scope because
Yeah.
he had sent a message to the A.C.B.A. Instagram and asked could he use the picture.
Mhm.
And that Quicksilver, I honestly wish the Quicksilver would have been on the. I mean, as much as I'm annoyed of that body at this point, I wish it would have been on the Pizza Spider.
Yeah.
Because I just always think of Quicksilver being really skinny. I
Yeah.
don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm remembering shit wrong.
Yeah, I mean he is a slender guy. You would think all of that running and shit, he would keep a
Mhm.
swimmer's body. You know what I'm saying? He wouldn't be mad bulky like that. But
Put the Thor legs on him.
What an absolute unit that would make.
Yeah.
But it looks like the head was the same. I looked at this shit real close. It looked like the head was the same as freaking Multiple Man.
Yeah. I was
Like,
gonna say.
you know, gray hair and like a different expression and shit, sort of. Or they just changed the eyebrows to make it look like a different expression. But it still looked pretty good in person though. And it's a classic Quicksilver.
Only thing I don't like is the feet on this Magneto.
Yeah, what the fuck is that? It does look like Crocs, man. He's about to fucking go
Yeah,
do.
it does.
He's about to go do a shift at Harlem Hospital right now.
Yeah, he
Shit's
looks like
crazy.
he's wearing like Wanda came home for Christmas and gave him like wooden clogs, and they happen to be purple.
You know what it is? It's because that whole area should be purple. Like,
Yeah,
why
this
is
whole-
that
Yeah,
red?
man.
The fuck?
What
That's
is
weird.
this?
Yeah, the whole entire boot should be purple, right? It shouldn't be any
Yeah.
red in there.
No, I
No,
should
but-
have these stripes here, but
Not that bottom one.
But the ankle part should be purple,
Yeah,
right?
the ankles are
I'm gonna
definitely
paint that
purple.
bitch up when it comes in because that looks.
That's
That
why
looks
Use your
Yeah.
influence to get that
wearing
fixed,
Crocs.
book.
Why is it that they always do one little thing that's like, what the fuck, bro?
Here's
Crazy.
Quicksilver. I like that he's like a nice pearly white. That's cool.
Oh, you like whites, huh?
Oh, I like him pearly.
And shout out to all the pearls out there.
But yeah, I think they could have used a different buck though, to, a more slender, at least in the upper torso. I don't know.
Yeah, in this pose, I'm not liking this body.
He's so bulky up top, man. Like
Yeah.
he's really wide.
Yeah, he's
Like a
looking like
running
fucking.
back.
No more high heels on Wanda though.
Yeah, that's
And
good.
my God, that head sculpt, man. Jesus
Yeah,
Christ.
that's insane.
I should have.
I don't. I like the head sculpt, but in person, the head looked really small.
Really.
Yeah,
Not like really small, but like
Well, you
it
know,
was a little too small. It wasn't the
looking
right
at it right
proportions.
now, it looks small.
it does look a little small. But remember the old Scarlet Witch from I think the Thanos wave had a huge head.
A big ass
really
head,
did.
yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
one extreme or the other, honestly.
Basically.
I
mean,
think
you're
this is the
like-
nicest. I think this is the nicest female sculpt they've done since Rogue.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, maybe.
Yo, if you're still hanging on at Toy Biz joint at this point,
Yeah, what are you doing?
nice check, man. Just throw all your damn toys away, man.
Yeah,
right.
stop holding on to Toy Biz. It's not going to happen anymore.
You shouldn't even be able to look at that figure with a straight face right now. That shit is awful.
So Cap is next in the riders line. World War
Nice.
II Cap.
a good
Love this.
addition, for sure.
Really good, yeah.
And homie looks like he's bumping Ticket to Ride.
This is just dope. All right, let's move into some Spoderman.
Nice.
These are up for pre-order right now, by the way. Go to Target.com.
Marvel's MJ is here.
Feeling this.
I love how they called her Marvel's MJ.
That's right.
Oh my god, they
Can't
really do.
fucking use abbreviations.
Also known as MTV's Zendaya.
MTV
MTV.
Zendaya.
Disney's very own Zendaya.
Disney, bro. Come on, bro.
Disney's
Disney,
Zendaya.
bro.
We're not Viacom.
All I saw was another young lady in a cool urban outfit.
Mhm.
Pretty much.
Man, you take the arms off the Spidey, the jacket, and put it on like a civilian, younger kid body.
That's Peter right there. Yeah.
Peter, yeah. Just any other students. You could army build, just have like a bunch of students wearing the jackets.
That's my
Well,
boy.
no, it's supposed to be the decathlon jacket, right? So it should be like the team of kids.
Yo, I'm about to build an army of decathlon triumphants.
Just a bunch of renegade youth in the streets getting beat up by Punisher.
Can we talk about how they gave her extra hands? That's a really nice touch that they absolutely didn't need to do.
Yeah.
Damn, that's wild. I did not notice that.
Yeah. So, but she looked good in person too. She looked good. Why do you keep changing the picture so prematurely? She looked good in person too, and the likeness was there, especially on that the second head that's not on the body.
Yeah, ponytail head.
Yeah,
Yeah,
ponytail.
the head,
They had individual shots because they only did the package one, and next they would do the individuals.
the head on her body looks like Chrissy Teigen.
Hmm.
Don't even look like Zendaya. Chrissy Teigen, she's married to John Legend. Ordinary people.
For all you Tegan heads out there.
For all you Teigen heads out there, all the cooking Teigen heads out there.
Where you at?
John Legend's first album, classic. You heard it here.
Oh,
It's
absolute
a great
classic.
album.
Panty
Right.
dropper. Panty dropper.
I'm changing it. Here we go. We got
Quick warning. Get this
Doppler
shit off the
knocker.
screen.
Boo!
Yo, hold on a second.
Garbage.
Look at those feet, bro.
Yeah, it looks like I have some slippers that are like fuzzy monster slippers. Just
Right.
like those.
That's
100%
exactly
just
what
like
those are. It's
They look like head crabs from Half-Life.
this is literally your uncle dressed as a monster and Scooby
kids going
Doo's
to
about to
Comic-Con?
come, basically.
This looks like that episode of The Office where Kevin has to wear Kleenex as his shoe.
Fucking
Like,
we have to dispose of them, sir.
Yeah, this
we
is
had to dispose of them. They were incinerated. Like, this is terrible.
Yeah,
Whoever the fuck said this was good is an idiot.
Well, it's basically the same shit that they did with the Spider-Man that everybody hated that just came out. You know
We've
what I'm
got to
saying?
reuse that torso.
We got to do it again, man. I
Got to.
know there's no ab crunch, but we got to do it again, man.
There's
I know
no
that-
waste for this.
I know they hated the first one, but who's ready for round two?
Mhm.
Basically.
Basically.
This one will be 3 per case.
The only
Oh
thing
my
that's good
God.
about this is the hands. I guess those came out okay, and the head sculpt, I guess, is okay.
Mm.
But yeah, this is pretty awful.
This is
See
great,
you later,
though.
croissant toes.
This looks fucking amazing in person, man. This
Yo.
looks great.
What a
The
way
head
to
sculpt-
reuse that Luke Cage.
Yeah, it's genius.
Oh, that's what that is. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Very genius. I didn't even notice that. I was trying to figure out what it was, but yeah, that's just genius. And I hope that these water effects come off. I didn't get confirmation on that, but I hope that the water effects come off and there are some regular arms, and maybe the ones that's on his feet just come off and it reveals just feet with boots. Hopefully.
Yeah, I think the bottom are supposed to be kind of like the Mysterio feet effects. And then I'd heard that he had interchangeable arms, but yeah, I didn't get confirmation either.
But it looks good. Even the water looks good, and man, this looks great. This has Simon Hill written all over it. Huh?
Oh, yeah. Stuff. This is great, too. Come on. How long have we been waiting for this?
Oh man, if it doesn't have an
And
interchangeable
finally,
head
the
though,
bendy wire.
Yeah,
Yeah.
bendy wire. And what's up with this? Is this a diaphragm?
Uh-oh.
Looks
whoa,
like it.
what is this?
Uh-oh.
That's a diaphragm.
I wouldn't be surprised if they. I hate that he's smiling though, actually, but I wouldn't be
Hey,
Well, we
happy
surprised.
to be
need
here.
an entire head, a different head altogether.
Mhm.
I wouldn't be surprised if there is going to be another interchangeable head, though. I can't see them wasting an opportunity to do the head similar to the one that we got on the good Toy Biz version. But this is classic. This is old school. This is accurate. But I'd like to see the other mask though.
And that
And
torso joint.
So,
the Toy Biz one is still very good. If you still have that figure, you know what's up. Like it's a lot of sculpted lines and like, only thing is it's not gonna move like this figure will for sure.
Yeah.
Oddly enough, they both have the same type of diaphragm joint though now. Crazy.
So in the chat, people are saying that Hydro Man does come with regular arms.
Tight.
Yeah.
This I can't. This is like one of my favorite reveals. That Hydra Man. That looks so.
Yeah,
good.
that looks great. It's so striking. Like it just looks good. That's a really great shade of blue.
Yeah. Even the face sculpt looks crazy. Like it just looks so.
That's the most '90s haircut of all time.
Yeah, for sure.
Hair drapes.
That's it. Brad Taylor in the mix.
So yeah, Scorpion looks good. I think the reason they have a different diaphragm joint is because, or torso or whatever, is because
the
tail probably plugs into this new torso piece.
Yeah.
They only have to do one new like ab piece.
And abs.
But you know what? Then why wouldn't they just have used the what's that? The beetle body with the plug-in on the back, the same thing the Night Thrasher has? You could have just put it on like a connecting.
Yeah, maybe it would have been too high because I feel like the tail needs to come from lower back or something.
Yeah, it's got to come from the butt.
Pretty much.
Tail probably also helps the figure balance.
That's true.
And then we got the new Homecoming. No, what's it called? Far From Home Spider-Man suit.
Yeah, I'm on board with the articulation scheme here.
Yeah, he just looks so plain. There's no.
It looks very.
It's very old school.
It looks like it's below their ability to make a more realistic looking movie figure. They do much better with most of their movie figures. This looks real bland. Like
Money probably.
I think it's the paint that's making it worse. Like there's no paint on this thing barely, so it's like all of the detail is off.
There's no lining detail and there's no texture to the black parts because you know how they have kind of like a weird little texture to them.
Yeah, if you took to this with a fucking Sharpie on those lines, then that will probably make this shit really pop.
Even the feet, I feel like are missing like black detailing down here. You know.
Yeah, word, a Gundam marker, exactly.
Yeah.
But Kendall, haven't they said in the past that there's so much money that they can spend per line per figure? It looks like from what's shown for this wave, the money all went for the Scorpion and the Hydro Man.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Well,
Could be.
They didn't spend any fucking money on this next one.
Does get moved to the movie figures, and this is a new sculpt as well. So
that's true. The new sculpt, yes.
Yeah.
This looks great. Haven't seen the movie, can't comment on it. So
yeah, this is the stealth suit from the movie. Apparently, he'll have some type of stealth suit in the movie. Fabio, why do you keep changing the fucking picture?
Fuck.
looking real.
Yeah. I'm trying to
war there.
But I don't know. I can see this being used as some type of goon by everybody. Maybe swapping out the head or some shit and doing some type of goons or some shit. But
just your average
it looks
goon.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we'll love it when we see the movie, but I'm not in love with it right now. This was a pleasant surprise. This is Julia Carpenter's Spider-Woman, which means that we get closer to completing an old school West Coast Avengers. We got the Hawkeye from the Vintage Wave line. We got her. We're going to need an updated Silver Centurion Iron Man. Yep. And who else do we need from that team? We got Wonder Man already.
We got a million Hawkeyes.
This, I was to say, this also completes the '90s cartoon team, pretty much.
Yeah, the '90s cartoon team and ForceWorks.
ForceWorks, yes, that's old school right there. That's '90s shit. But what was the core West Coast Avengers? It was
Vision, Scarlet Witch, Hawkeye.
This chick, Hawkeye's girlfriend.
Oh, Mockingbird.
Mockingbird, yes.
Yeah, we need a classic Mockingbird.
We need a classic Mockingbird and the white. No, we already got the white Vision.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we close.
And that new Scarlet Witch is going to fit in way better there. And we need a new Wonder Man too.
No, we don't. We got Wonder Man, a good one.
Yeah, he's good, but he's not the classic,
I guess so.
All right.
Doesn't pass Fabio's.
Moving into X-Men. Oh, no, this is X-Force, actually. X-Force Legends.
90s the figure right here.
Dude. Boom boom.
Packaging on these looked really good.
So yeah, when they talked about this at the PowerPoint presentation before we got to go down and see it, they were teasing that we were going to get 2 more classic X-Force characters from that team, and that they were definitely interested in completing that team. So boom boom here. Which
It's going to
cool.
be Wolfsbane on that Jackal body,
You think
or
so?
some variation of, at least the arms.
Is it a jackal?
Possibly. But yeah, this looks pretty decent. I'm excited for them to complete that 90s X-Force crew for sure. Now that we got a nice classic Colossus, I'm thinking that they'll do Thunderbird at some point too. Not that they're the same, but they're that kind of big muscle of the team.
Yeah, give us 2 head sculpts. Make one Warpath head sculpt and the other one Thunderbird.
Or call it a day.
Yeah, man, let's do that.
The giant size X-Men cover.
Word. So that particular team is the team that I really want to complete in figure form too. That's sort of like old school, like 80s X-Men crew. I want to complete too. So
Yeah,
that would be a dope ass Comic-Con box set. I mean, we already have all the figures now. We have a Nightcrawler coming. We got the Colossus. We have a Storm coming. So it would work.
Well, we need that Storm though. We need that.
Well, there's no Build-A-Figure for this wave, if you remember what Todd said.
No, because it's just vintage. So
yeah.
All right, and then they showed.
Boom boom cannonball. This one people are a little heated about because he doesn't come with lower legs.
So dumb.
Well, we don't know that for certain.
They said for certain.
Who said it?
Hasbro.
They did? When?
Yeah. I don't know. I heard it in several news videos.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah, I don't know.
How's that even going to fit in the card?
I don't think they're gonna leave us. I don't think they're gonna leave us hanging though. They'll give us some legs somehow. Well, we'll see. If we get this and it's just one piece that can't be separated, then that's some straight up bullshit. But if it separates, then they're gonna give us legs.
Yeah.
We'll see. But the upper torso looks.
Because it'd be dumb for them not to make this thing detachable so that you could attach it to other things, like I don't know, like Iron Man taking off or something.
Right. Yeah, it's a great effect piece. So yeah.
Exactly. So moving on, we got Guardian.
Yeah, decent. That head looks a little funny.
I don't know about that head. That expression is weird.
That expression is weird as fuck.
Yeah, screw that head.
He looks elderly.
Really?
Get off my goddamn lawn!
He looks pissed off.
I used to be a superhero.
Clint Eastwood.
I'm gonna be a peg warmer.
You know who I was? I was like the Canadian Captain America, asshole.
My name's not Captain Canada.
Fuck off! Oh man,
Mr. Sinister.
This is one that was long overdue. Considering that the Toy Biz one was a very good looking figure, but it had problems. The fucking wrist didn't move at all. You couldn't swivel the wrist, which was one of the main issues with it, with me personally. But this looked really good in person. They had all of the figures posed so shitty though, like it was pissing me off. But this looks good in person. I'd like to see an additional head sculpt, angry, non-smiling head sculpt in there, and maybe some interchangeable hands, another open and fist or whatever. But I don't know. I didn't get confirmation on that. But in person, he looked really good. I hope that
the dark on him.
Yeah, I hope that whole apparatus can come off too.
This is definitely going to be a retool into that like Wolverine villain Cyber. Those arms look like Cyber arms right there.
Word. I could see that.
It was funny. Craig Warwick last night pointed out when we were making fun of the boots that he's wearing, and he was like, "Man, it's not just one boot; it's two. Like if you look at the top, the boot.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah, at the bottom too.
That's weird.
Thigh highs slipped into calf highs.
That is like what?
Well, they really know how to spend their budget, so
he's next level with the fucking style.
Yeah, the only thing sinister about him is his crimes to fashion.
Yeah, basically.
This guy looks like he hangs out with Kanye West at like Paris Fashion Show. Yeah, peep this, two boots.
2 boots.
He's wearing something that Jared Leto would look at on a runway and then show up at a red carpet event next week wearing.
Yeah, this looks nuts. The boot situation looking. I don't understand though. Like when they're designing this shit though, like nobody looked at that Magneto foot and said, "All right, that looks a little weird. Let's go back to the drawing board on that." Nobody looked at this and said, "All right, this is a little weird. He's got a cuff."
Weeks, fellas. We gotta fix this.
Yeah,
Call David Vonner. Ask him.
even, basically.
Somebody
Yeah,
call up
he's
David.
He knows. He's the guy to talk to when it comes to Legends in 2019. Let's move on to Nightcrawler.
So Nightcrawler was one that they really, really like fucked around with us and teased at the show before the showroom, and everybody obviously went wow when they showed him. They had showed him with this face first, and then they showed another picture with the open mouth, and then they revealed that he comes with 3 heads actually. So. You'll get like a relaxed head, a smile, which is, I guess this is the smile, and then you'll get a sort of angry open mouth action pose head. But the only bummer with this figure is that there is no bendy wire in the tail. The tail does rotate at his buttocks, but you won't be able to pose the tail at all, which really, really sucks.
Time to tail swap.
So
Don't throw away your Toy Biz just yet. Hang on to that.
Yeah. If you cut that shit off right at the point where you might be able to get it onto here, then you'll have a complete Nightcrawler.
Mine broke off there like not long ago, so I'm ready for the transfer.
Sweet.
Once again, Rick telling the future.
But this looks like a completely new sculpt, obviously. But I wouldn't be surprised if we see some other Nightcrawler villain or hero, some other character that looks like him that has crossed paths with him in the comics at some point. I can't see. They're not going to waste a buck. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we're gonna get an X-Force version. We're gonna get like an X Factor version.
Something, yeah.
Excalibur, even. I don't know. I mean, this is a pretty complete Nightcrawler. It's good that they went ahead and just gave us like the definitive one we wanted right off the bat.
Yeah. And 3 head sculpts. That's awesome. I don't mind losing the tail if we get that. Like when we have things that make up for it, it's annoying we don't get it, but it's cool.
It's funny you said that because I brought it up that they do something. I asked them a question to the point of, are you guys like actively trying to top some of the best Toy Biz figures? I mean, I'm sure you guys are, I'm sure that they're aware of the Toy Biz figures that need to be knocked off the pedestal and that they need to conquer. And I'm like, are you looking at like every little aspect of the figure to make yours better? Because this Nightcrawler is bonkers, but how could you guys not put bendy wire in the tail? Like, you know what I mean? Like, but his response was he's got 3 heads.
Yeah, that's exactly what I knew he'd say because the heads make sense. A neutral, a smiling, and then an angry one. That's
Someone in the comments
literally his response.
Suggested Azazel as a possible.
Right, that's what I was thinking of. Thank you. Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. There's my fucking.
So moving on.
There's the Arby's.
That's right. Arby's is here.
French dip.
So this is in-package images of the Caliban wave, which we've seen before, but here's the Build-A-Figure outside of packaging.
Oh, you know what? But going back to that blink there, if that Nightcrawler doesn't come with that effect as a Bamf, we riot.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah, come on, man.
Maybe Mysterio effects too.
Yeah, or the Mysterio. Yeah, either of the two, it would be good. Come on, step it up, Ezra.
This beast looks great, man. He is an absolute unit.
Yeah, this is
absolute unit.
This is great. I wish that I really wish we would have gotten an additional beast head though, a relaxed head. It's kind of sucks, man. You need a beast that's just like reading. It's just like.
I mean, you know who's gonna hit us with an extra head, and he's gonna sell it. It's gonna be May Show.
Yeah, right. No doubt. I didn't even think about that. Yeah. Is this a figure that he sculpted though too?
That I don't know.
Yeah, that I'm not sure, but he might have.
We should find out, but we're gonna absolutely need a relaxed face sculpt for him. But I mean, we got the extra hands. I'll take that for now. And he's packed in with a Caliban head, so I guess they do.
I love how they both have the exact same fucking expression.
Yeah, really.
Fuck.
We got Forge here with his moccasin boots.
Yeah, and his shoe leather mustache.
Mm-hmm.
Man, this guy could have been dope if they would have put him on the Deadpool Buck.
Oh yeah, that would have been dope. This
Come
Buck,
on
man,
now.
I'm just sick of Bucky Cap.
Yeah, this is trash for him.
And even the old Forge had butterfly joints.
Yeah, come on now. That's a no-brainer. They should have. It would have been a much better figure, and we would have looked past the fact that this head sculpt is trash too.
Moving on, it's Gambit.
Gambit looked pretty decent in person, but I know a lot of people are going to be trying to swap out this coat. It's going to be a bit of a challenge with the arms being the way that they are. I don't know. I wish there was some feature where you could have had him without the coat and just the black sleeves. I wish they would have done that. I don't see them wasting the opportunity for more with such a popular character, though. So I think that they may explore some different things down the line. We'll see.
I feel bad for anyone that thinks they're going to be able to buy the Mezco one and put it with their Legends because it's going to look terrible.
Mm-hmm.
It's just not going to make sense. People keep bringing up that Mezco one, well, fuck the Hasbro. When you see this one, yeah, except that's not going to go at all, even in scale with your other stuff. So,
but we'll get there. I got some words about that.
Oh, he's fuming.
No, I would say that. I am just hyped, I guess.
Well, he's fuming with excitement.
That's right. All right, well, that's Gambit. Moving on, there's Jubilee.
Yep,
Bubblegum.
Yep. 1 second, everybody. Go ahead and hit the show real quick while I go ahead and rejoin.
Display somewhere.
We're back
Okay,
on.
we lost image on the podcast for a sec.
We're good.
Yeah.
We're still live. We just lost. We're back on the pre-show screen.
Oh my god.
Yeah, we're back on.
Okay, cool. So I was going to say this Jubilee. I like that her blue and yellow goes with that 2-pack Wolverine. So if you can get a more not that particular Wolverine head on it, you could really match it well with this Jubilee.
Yeah.
What do you mean? What? I'm confused.
Like the blues match from the 2-pack Wolverine with the Hulk.
Oh, but why would they be teamed up?
Wolverine and Jubilee?
Yeah, but not that. Well, I see what you're saying. Okay, just swapping out Wolverine's head, though.
Yeah.
I got you. Okay.
Yeah, because we're not fucking with Meow Mix Wolverine.
No luchador Wolverine over here. There's a Skullbuster, two-headed. We've seen all this before. There's just in package. Weapon X. Good stuff. Now into some more new stuff. We've got the Marvel Retro X-Men assortment.
Yeah, when they were showing this, they had talked about, they had showed pictures of the old 90s card backings, and they showed a picture of Iceman, and they showed a picture of, I think, Polaris.
Hold on 1 second, everybody.
Why they wouldn't do the rest of that X Factor team. This is mad random for them to only do this Cyclops. I really don't like that whole costume looks for this team, but it is what it is.
I only want that Iceman figure if you put it in the freezer and change the color.
But yeah, we need a classic Iceman though, so it'd be nice if we got that going.
Yeah, and he comes with a different head with a different effect as well.
Yeah, he has.
You're right about the posing, man. They can't even get him to touch his thing with this buck. I mean, it's obvious they need to change this buck.
The other head was the crackle effect, as Dwight called it. But yeah, we finally got a Cyclops with some effects, so that's cool.
We got Outback Dazzler.
Yeah. So this was the As a matter of fact, it's funny because we're going to get that Colossus and we got this Dazzler, we got the Brown Suit Wolverine. We're getting close to completing the video game team, right?
Yep. I would love that. We just need that Storm.
It was
And
Nightcrawler and Storm. Yeah, that's the team
Yeah.
right there. That's
And then Cyclops, right? He's in that. It's the
Yeah.
Dark Phoenix 2-pack.
Yeah. So yeah, we're getting real close. Old school.
That's right.
And
Silver Samurai.
so this was one that we've been vying for a long time. This is something that we wanted to see for a very long time. Finally, we're going to get a Silver Samurai, one of Wolverine's arch enemies, and he's going to be packed in. I think in a 2-pack with Patch, right?
I think so.
I don't remember if this.
Oh no, it says they're part of the figure assortment, the whole
okay.
X-Men retro assortment.
Gotcha. All right.
Patch. So this is Patch.
Yes.
This isn't Age of Apocalypse Wolverine.
No, it's not. I thought it was at first too, but no, it's Patch.
So you could put the Patch head from the biker Wolverine on this.
Yes.
That would look great.
So, but yeah, Silver Samurai looked pretty decent in person. I kind of wish the face looked a little more menacing, but he does look Asian, so that's good.
Boom! Shout out!
But yeah, these both look decent. You know,
Kind of what you would expect here. We got a Deadpool Chimichanga blaster.
Get this shit off the screen.
Right now.
Hey!
Okay, so that is Hasbro Marvel Legends. Thank Christ, that is done. Let's move into the Hasbro Star Wars now, right?
Yeah, they didn't have much going on. They didn't have much reveals for Star Wars. They had some 3 3/4 inch shit, and what I will go through it, but
a lot of 3 3/4. The big news from Star Wars is the Hyper Real line, which is their new 8-inch deluxe line.
Why
Or is it not?
it's such a weird scale, and I was over there when one of the reps was talking about it and explaining it, and his heart wasn't in it, man. His heart wasn't in it.
His heart wasn't even in it.
He was not that he wasn't. I don't know. He didn't seem excited about it, but he seemed like it was real, like, man, like Dwight is in this shit. You know, like you could tell that at the end of the day, he still enjoys this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like his heart is in it. This guy was like, I don't know.
Paycheck.
I don't know. And one of their main guys is not there no more. He got laid off or some shit like that. The dude with the British accent, right?
He got promoted.
Oh, he got promoted.
He's working for, I believe, Transformers now. Sorry for dogs barking back on.
That's the promotion line, huh? For Star Wars and Transformers.
So I don't know if because that dude got promoted and left that, you know, it left a sort of void in Black Series or whatever. But I think part of the reason that they couldn't have Matt reveals is because of the new movie. I think you guys mentioned that towards the beginning of the episode. So
so that's the Hyper Real line. It is in fact 8-inch.
But I saw this in person, and I don't know. Like I said, they're promoting this the way that they were explaining it at the pre-show or whatever. I keep calling it a different thing every time I describe this shit. But the way that they were describing this was that it was like they were kind of marketing it towards toy photographers and shit. Like there's no visible joints. And it just looks really good. It'll photograph really nicely. You know, we got a lot of people saying that when they were taking their pictures of some of the stormtroopers and this and that, and the joints just look, you know, they don't look so good when they're trying to take pictures. And Star Wars has been heavy on their, like, support of the toy photography community. So I'll give them that. Star Wars Black Series.
Yeah.
So I don't know. And then I overheard, because I wasn't really interested in hearing what they had to say personally. But while I was there taking pictures of some of the Star Wars shit, some of the regular Star Wars dudes were around the other guy that I was describing and were asking him questions and shit like that. And one of them was like, so what do you think? We may get 20 of these a year? And he was like, basically like, hell no, we're not putting out 20 of the different, of the, like, you know, you might get a few or whatever. So it's going to be right. It's going to be a slow burn for these things, man. So,
the hyper reels, yeah.
Yeah.
You also got to remember too that Star Wars Celebration is in like a month and a half.
Okay,
So they're not going to put all their eggs in one basket.
yeah, they're
All
holding
those
out.
guys that spent hundreds of dollars to get those tickets.
Yeah,
Very
they're
true.
holding out.
Very true.
But
Or it could be like
Well, you
last
got-
year where they showed fucking nothing at Star Wars Celebration.
this is true.
Yeah.
and people that spent hundreds of dollars on the ticket were pretty mad.
No. Speaking of Star Wars Celebration, this is the big thing: is the re-release of Darth Maul in the vintage packaging.
Hell
Yeah,
yeah.
that looked pretty good in person.
This looks.
I
I
mean-
mean, I had this growing up. This is sick.
I saw this in stores when growing up, so this
Yeah,
was pretty
I had this too, and it's funny because I had it, and I kept it on card for mad long, and I just would keep looking at that shit and looking at it, and then one day I just opened that shit and was like, fuck this. But yeah.
We've all
And
been
then
there.
this is new, which is Padawan Obi-Wan from Episode 1. Looks pretty
Mhm.
good. It's gonna get re-released in the Black Series line down the road, but this is your chance to get it in this exclusive packaging. I
Yeah.
had this too. Looks great. And then into the regular line, we've got Dryden Voss from Solo, right?
Yeah, from the Solo movie, that looked pretty decent in person.
These are currently hitting. These all look.
And they've been found in
Seen
like
them before.
Kentucky, North Carolina so far. People
Yeah,
are
these are
posting.
all pretty much hit. The rest is kind of just 3 3/4 inch stuff. We don't really get into that too much. What else is from Hasbro? Anything else? We could
Power Rangers,
about
baby!
Power Rangers, yeah. So they had a big presentation for Power Rangers as well,
Yeah,
and the one of the female presenters was like, she was into that shit. She was embarrassing the fuck out of herself, but it
Hell
was
I'm sure
all
she
good.
loved that really beefy dead.
she was going hard for this shit. I got to give it to her. She was embarrassing herself out there
How so? Describe it.
because it was just her comedic timing, and she had a little bit of an accent too. She was Asian,
Nice.
so it was like, I'm not making fun of Asian people. It's
No,
not
of course
anything racist, but
course
it was just funny, man.
Yeah, it was her time to shine. Yo, can you imagine watching Power Rangers when you were little and fantasizing about being part of that team and part of that world, and then 20 years later you're like presenting like the first year of them being
Yeah, that could be. I didn't think about it like that, but yeah, that could have been exactly that type of scenario. So
I'd be
yeah,
bugging out myself.
Hunter, can you pull up the Power Rangers images? I can't seem to find them on Toy Arc.
It's probably on the Toku Nation tab.
Under
Yeah.
where?
I'll
Toy Nation?
I'll just search.
Toku Nation.
The
Oh.
Toku Nation.
Yeah, I'll leave all the screen sharing to you. I don't want to crash the the hangout again.
Yeah.
But yeah, so while Fabio's pulling this up, so
Fabio, upper right.
the big
Upper
thing
right.
about
Upper right.
the
Oh,
Power Ranger stuff is Hasbro just got the license from
You
Saban
you
and
skipped
stuff
over
like
a couple of Star Wars Black Series too. That they showed what's the name too that I just saw, Grievous.
Yeah, I seen that on the floor actually at Entertainment Earth booth, and it looks really nice.
Yeah, Grievous looked pretty decent, and there was like one other thing. There was that Luke from the trash compactor. I didn't really like the way the dirt looked on his costume, but it's
Most
still
of the stuff was also at New York Comic Con.
all right. Okay, but yeah, okay. And the Power Rangers.
Yep, here we go. I'm pulling up the Lightning Collection
that.
Wave 1.
Yeah, so Hasbro just recently got the well, not recently, it was last year. They got the license from Saban or Bandai and stuff, and well, they got the entire license pretty much. So like Saban's not fucking with Power Rangers anymore. It's just Hasbro that's just doing everything. So the show, the figures, like the roleplay toys, like everything, man. So they showed off like that Tommy Oliver right there to the very right. Last year around I think New York Comic Con or San Diego Comic Con, one of those.
San Diego.
Yeah. And people were bugging out, and for good reason, because like Hasbro makes good shit. Everybody loves Hasbro, and the fact that they got their hands on a Power Rangers line is bananas, man. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, I was just gonna say these looked pretty nice in person. Go ahead.
Yeah, they look crazy. So this is like the first wave of their Lightning collection. I'm like in between. I'm very 50-50 on the fact that they're splitting up eras. and like seasons of Power Rangers, like very much like Marvel Legends and stuff like that. So if you were collecting Power Rangers literally just last year, like every wave that comes out is like a full team. So the latest so if you want to collect the whole team, you just gotta order a case or just find the whole wave.
Well, that's convenient and cool.
Yeah, but now that they're just gonna go like the Marvel Legends route and just mix and match people in between waves, and then eventually you'll build a whole team. While I am not on board with that, just because it'll take forever to build a team, I'm also really excited for that because like it gives them a chance to go ahead and explore stuff that like Saban didn't explore. Like, so if they started with like the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers as their first wave, which is a lot of people wanted them to do, like, yeah, you would get the first like full wave of like, like everybody from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, but that's like at this point, that's like what your fourth set of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Like, how many more do I need? And then you get the off chance of maybe getting the villains with that wave. So by them splitting everything up, you can go ahead and mix and match a whole bunch of stuff in a single wave, and you get really cool shit like this Lord Zed and like this dog dude from
I was gonna say Scooby Doo.
Scooby Dude, and the SPD Shadow Ranger. Yeah, that's right. But yeah, these look crazy, man. I just think these look really cool. I was talking to some people, and the way the articulation looks, and especially the packaging. This is literally just SH Figure Arts with different plastic.
Pretty much.
Literally at this point.
That Lord Zed's articulation looks unreal.
Yeah, it looks crazy. Pop over that Lord Zed. I got some words for that. Let's go.
What's up with Big Beef? Where's the Big Beef at?
The one that really stood out to me in person. First of all, they had the Power Ranger shit like in an area where the lighting was so fucking good in comparison to some of the Legend shit. I was kind of pissed off, but the one that really stood out to me was the White Ranger. Looked really fucking good in person. The Lord Zed looked good too.
Lord Zed looks
I
good.
guess my only. Sorry to cut you off, Poncho.
Okay.
I guess the only thing that the question is when they get to some of the other Rangers, like the season 1, season 2, which head sculpt are they going to give us for the human head?
That's true. In a perfect world, like they would give us both actors in one release, but I could also see them just doing like a Jason Red Ranger
Revision.
and then like a Rocky Red Ranger or something like that. That would make the most fiscal sense, but like it seems like with this line, they really are just trying to grab the fans back. Like they're saying like, yo, I know Saban like really fucked you guys over and Bandai America really fucked you guys over for a very long time, but guess what? Hasbro's here, baby, and we're going to take care of you guys. We're going to give you guys everything you need. You're not even going to think about those old guys anymore.
I'm gonna love you, and I'm gonna hold you, man. And I'm
gonna text you every night. And I'm gonna wake you up every morning. Stuff like that.
Wow.
So it's nuts. Like, so I could very much see them kind of going against the grain and just including both head sculpts with like your Red Ranger, your Black Ranger, and your Yellow Ranger for season 1 and season 2.
Poncho, I want to get your thoughts on what do you think about the fact that this line doesn't seemingly have any sort of BAF, whether it be Zord or a villain.
Oh shit! Hold on 1 second, everybody.
Enough to get.
Oh, my bad.
There he is. He's back.
Poncho's back. Lord Zed.
Poncho, what do you think of Lord Zed?
Lord Zed looks great. To go back to the question before, like the fact that it doesn't have a bath, like I don't care, man. Like, I mean, so it looks like the first wave is only 4 figures. So like, I mean, would you get like a four part bath? I don't know.
I would have been upset